He cannot afford to lose. Renato Moicano beats Benoit Saint Denis by finish in the second round. At the end of the second round, it was called a TKO, but the doctors came in because Benoit Saint Denis was unrecognizable after one of the most dominant first rounds we've seen in recent UFC history. He went out there and absolutely destroyed Benoit Saint Denis in the first round on the ground, got the takedown immediately, and again, left Benoit Saint Denis completely unrecognizable. Just went out there. This is what I want to get across, okay? First of all, Renato Moicano's the man. He should get what he wants. Whatever they're paying him, it should be more. Anyone that comes on my channel for an interview will beat their next opponent. Duplessis beat Adesanya. Darren Till don't fight anyone. Maybe if he does fight someone, he'll end up winning and prove that statement true. Paddy Pimblett destroyed Bobby Green. We'll get to Paddy Pimblett in a second when it comes to Renato Moicano. But now Moicano has destroyed Benoit Saint Denis, as I said he would, but sooner than I thought he would, and more impressive than I thought he would. I thought Benoit would have moments where he was landing on Moicano, where he had Moicano in trouble, and Moicano would like weather the storm and get the back and get reactionary takedowns on Benoit, but no. He got down Benoit Saint Denis in round one, and the guy did not have a chance for the rest of the round. They were dry. He had the hooks in. Body locked in very quickly as well. I said in the build-up, I did say this, when Benoit Saint Denis is on his back, he goes for butterfly hooks, uses them to create space, and then he gets back up, giving up his back every single time. And what did Moicano do every single time Benoit tried to get back up? He took advantage of Benoit giving up his back, because Benoit does things based on physicality. I said he was like the Derek Lewis of the lightweight division. He does things based on physicality. He's strong. He can shuck people off. But a real lanky technical guy with featherweight technique when it comes to BJJ, he's going to take the back all day long on Benoit Saint Denis is what I was saying. And that's what he did. And once he, let me tell you this here. Because I will get to the post-fight speech in a second. All right? Because I got more to say here. When people say, oh, you're so casual, how can you possibly find Merab boring? That's annoying to me. Okay? I don't want to hear that anymore. You're such a casual dude. Why don't you like what Umar did in that one fight where he just laid there and didn't do anything to get a finish and didn't cause any damage on top? There are different levels of grapplers in the UFC. Just because a takedown happens doesn't mean you have to find it amazingly fun and interesting to watch. This is real grappling for MMA. He goes out there, gets the takedown on Benoit Saint Denis, and just starts teeing off with big elbows, big ground and pound, landing big shots non-stop, picking his shots well, not overdoing it in case Benoit were to escape and end up back on his feet. And he mangled the face of BSD. Mangled it. Cut him open early with an elbow. I was immediately screaming for my lungs. From my lungs. Screaming my lungs out. Cheering for for Renato Moicano. He gets the takedown. Cuts Benoit open early. Now, you get a cut on someone in the first round when they're on their back. That's tough because the blood's not going anywhere, but a lot of the times in the eyes of Benoit Saint Denis. So he's trying to like now scramble out from bottom position, but Money Moicano ain't going to let you back up. You saw the Jalen Turner fight. Did Jalen eventually work his way up to the cage? Yes. But once Moicano has you down where he wants you, the guy's jiu-jitsu control is some of the best in the lightweight division. And I'm putting it up there with some of the best. I'm not saying this guy is like top 10 level. Like, no, this guy's top game and control game when it comes to like locking people down and doing work to them is amazing. Like, it's great work. The Dober fight was iffy from him. He was coming back after some injuries. It is what it is. Now he's got this momentum together. You're seeing the real Moicano, okay? This is the guy that fought Aldo in 2019, I think it was. Was it even 2019? I'm going to check that back again. I had a crazy stat about Renato Moicano going into this fight that I used to justify why he would win. It was in 2019. before Benoit Saint Denis made his made his pro debut, let alone his UFC debut. And at that time, Renato Moicano had already been in the UFC for 5 years. And he made his way to an Aldo fight at featherweight in 2019. He lost the Aldo fight. You know, he's young in his career. Since then, he's only gotten better in his new weight class of lightweight. But the guy's got a gulf of experience over Benoit. And that's what you saw in the first round. Benoit looked like he was lost on the ground. Good fighter. Dangerous guy. Probably will go on to beat others outside the rankings. Maybe if he's still the same after that. Who knows? But we've seen what the guy does to Frivola. Took Ziam till the third round. He goes out there, steamrolls the steamroller. You know what I mean? Then we've got what he did to Thiago Moises, who's tricky for some. You know, people take him later rounds. People take him to decision. Makhachev took him to the fourth round. You know what I mean? Benoit is a bruiser and he's dangerous. But Moicano's a technician on the ground. And that needs to be mentioned. And I love that I can cheer for it and show what real exciting grappling is, where the guy is actually trying to damage someone. Because I got a lot of heat, and a lot of people got a lot of heat, and there's been a movement in general. I might make a video about this in the week. There's been a movement where you can't find any grappling boring or you're a casual. That's annoying to me, because what that is these new casual fans cosplaying, for lack of a better term, cosplaying as hardcore fans by saying, you guys don't find this fun? I do. This is really fun to me. Watching someone hold someone around the waist and kneed him in the thigh. No. Getting top position, getting mount, getting the back, and battering your opponent into absolute brutal, vicious damage that they're going to show on their face. That's real grappling for MMA. And that's something I'll cheer on. You know what I mean? Gotta stop doing this fucking, I'm actually a hardcore and I really like this style. It's actually, I like watching Bilal and Marab. It's great. No. That's great grappling. That's fun grappling to watch. God, I had to get that off my chest. But Renato Moicano, second round, we can talk about the second round. Benoit's so tough, man. His face is swollen shut. I'm surprised they didn't stop it at the end of the first, but it wasn't completely swollen shut yet. Like, it was still justifiable to keep going. 10-8 round in the first round, if not a 10-7. He dominates the entire round. Benoit's unrecognizable. I see him on the stool. I'm like, dude, if Moicano peppers him with a jab this second round, it's over. They're going to have to stop this fight. And then Moicano took it smart in the second round. Now, he did fail a few takedowns that I'm sure he wanted to get. Like, he did want to get back to the ground and want to do his thing again. And if he did get it back to the ground, Benoit would have been absolutely cooked. That's for sure. So Benoit was making sure he didn't let it get, brought back to the ground. And Benoit actually probably won the second round. As crazy as that sounds, because of the way his face looked by the end of it, like, that damage was done in round one. And it, added to in round two. But he was landing good shots in round two, and he was landing to the body and throwing his body kick. But what Moicano was doing was just, right, I'm not going to give him an opportunity to KO me. His face is swollen shut. I'm going to pepper this guy's eyes with my jab. So Moicano didn't really commit with hooks. Didn't really commit with, power right hands. He just sort of cruised, rolled with shots, moved away from a lot of the shots that Benoit was throwing. Let him have the body work, as long as he didn't charge into it or get hit with a big, rip to the body with, a liver shot or a hook to the body. So he sort of kept his bay, jabbed away, one-eyed Benoit Saint Denis. His face is going to swell up. He's not going to be able to come out for the next round. And that's what happened. Now let's talk about the post-fight speech. This guy is great. Renato Moicano's great. I'm going to leave the link to his merch page or in the comment section below. RenatoMoicano.com, I believe it's called. I'm just going to double check that right now. It might be moneymoicano.com. Let me check real quick. It is. It's moneymoicano.com. This guy's based. Okay? Forget Strickland. For you, I did it for you guys. And he's just trying to win over everyone. This guy's going at governments. I know Strickland does the same. He actually did the same in Canada, to be fair to him. But not to this level of intellect. Strickland goes after government because, gay this. Harley Davidson that. Trump this. You know what I mean? Renato's telling you how it really is, man. He's calling out corruption in a second language after a fist fight in a cage in front of a bunch of people in an arena. He's rattling off about these authors that he's read about, and you guys need to read the Austrian Economic School of Power, brother. You need to read about this, and you need to look into how money changed democracy, brother, and how democracy ruining the currency of our country, and inflation, and all of this. He's going off. He's based. He called out Macron. The whole crowd went wild. They didn't even post that on the UFC Instagram page. Shame on them and shame on Disney, who owns them. Let's talk about it. They posted the Octagon interview. They didn't post none of the stuff we liked about the Octagon interview. He said, France, you have good people, but this place, fuck the government, screaming about this, screaming about that. Fuck the globalists. Starts going off about that as well. This guy's based, and we need to reward based. I don't want some loser having your money. Aylin Perez gained more Instagram followers after this fight than Moicano did. Fucking stop. She'll get OnlyFans. She'll get this, that. That's what these fucking men are putting their money into in today's world. Put your money into people that are based. That's what you need to do. I'm not telling you to spend money, but I'm just saying, if you were going to do anything with your money, this guy needs it because he knows what to do with it and he's got the right mind to have it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying spend your money. I'm going to put the link in the comments below because I'm a big supporter of Moicano. More and more every fight. Because this guy says he's based, man. He's calling out Macron. He's calling out all of this corruption that's going on. He's calling out democracy. He's in France. Remember the Olympics opening ceremony, guys? I don't need to go into it, okay? It was a disgrace. It was a fucking disgrace. It really was on the world stage. An absolute fucking mockery. And Moicano starts calling out how they don't want to talk about Christ. They're attacking Christianity. They're going after the faith. All of this stuff. And the guy's not translating any of it. they move on from that real quick. They don't post it on the UFC Instagram. If you're going to put money into a fighter, put money into these guys. Don't put money into, like, we rally behind Manel Cap because he says a slur at a press conference. Ha, ha, ha. You know what I mean? Now we're super Manel Cap fans. You know? This guy is funny on this. Now we got to be huge this guy fans. This guy said this on that. You know what I mean? He had a really funny Octagon interview. What a KO. What a fun fight style he has. Let's rally behind him. And people will buy his merch. I'm not telling you to. But if you're one of the people that will do that. And you're one of these people that does buy a fighter's merch. That does support a fighter financially in any way. That isn't watching the events live and paying the UFC money to do it. Money Moicano's the guy to do it for. This guy's based. I don't know if he's all the way based, but we can't expect that from him. Okay? But he's based enough. Okay? He calls out democracy. He was on his Show Me the Money podcast. He did a call in. He said, democracy is fucking dumb. Does not work because most people that vote are retarded. And he's talking in the post-fight press conference about how, you know, Brazil, like the majority of the time, the people are wrong with what they're voting for. And we need to do away with that style of it and question that. And, dude, I'm all in with Money Moicano. I might buy some merch. Maybe I should buy some merch and rather than just telling everyone else to. He's got one that says, Money Moicano stands for freedom. Renato Big Stakes Moicano. He needs a new one. He needs a new shirt to come out. This is the right time to drop a new shirt. Something about all of the stuff he's been going in on politically. There needs to be an angled shirt like that. A politically angled shirt. You know, a based angled shirt. You know? Fuck democracy. Some shit like that. Fuck democracy. Most people are retarded. That could work. I don't know, dude. Something along those lines. But yeah. $20, £16. We need to show support, dude. We need a based economy in this world. I'm amped up now about this. We need to find the people that are based and switched on up here in our society. And that's where our spending goes if you are someone who has the abundance enough to spend. You need to find a business owner that's based and switched on. That's where you get your coffee from now on. You know? That's where you buy your this from now on. That's what we need to do. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching Toodle Pip. Link in the comments below. Paddy Pimblett fight. He might be above it. I love the Paddy Pimblett fight, but I'll tell you this. I only love it if it's on tough. Ultimate Fighter, Paddy Pimblett, Renato Moicano. It will become a super fight. It will go on a pay-per-view. They'll both get paid, especially Renato, which is what's needed. He needs money. He can't afford to lose. At this point, Moicano might be able to afford to lose. So maybe don't give him your money. Who knows? But yeah. Paddy Pimblett, that's a matchup that can happen. Pimblett just called him out on Instagram. I don't know how soon they're going to want to do that. I don't know if they would be doing it on tough, because normally that would mean maybe they'd end up fighting in like June of next year or April or May. So maybe if that's the case, then no. But I just would love to see a good tough with two fighters that I'm interested in on there. Anyone else? No Grasso Shevchenko, you know? Well, we're like, oh, at least Robert Valentin's funny. Maybe that'll be worth watching the show. I want a tough with fighters I'm actually interested in on the show. I'm actually sick and tired of there not being any interesting coaches. And Pimblett and Moicano would make it fun. They absolutely would make it fun. So they need to do that and push tough forward. I don't care what they need to do. Make it happen. If they don't, he called out Dan Hooker. I'm telling you, a really good matchup right now for Moicano is Justin Gaethje. And I'm going to leave it at that. At this point in Gaethje's career, Moicano could just get him down and do what he wants. I know Gaethje's got great takedown defense, but Moicano is showing that he's doing things with people that have great takedown defense. You know what I mean? So, I'd like to see it. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Toodle Pip. I'll see you later. Goodbye.